Hello students, hi. In the previous class, we discussed the concept of a composite or compound bar, and we used two equations to solve the compound bars, that is the equilibrium equation and the compatibility equation. And also we solved two problems on that case, that is composite or compound bars. In this class, remaining problems we are going to discuss, and we are going to solve the remaining problems on composite or compound bars by using the equilibrium and compatibility equations. So coming to the today's first problem, example 3, a reinforced concrete column of size 300 mm and 500 mm has 8 steel bars of 16 mm diameter as shown in figure. If the column is subjected to an axial compressive force of 800 kilonewtons, find the stresses developed in steel and concrete. Take the ratio of Young's modulus for steel and concrete as 18. This is the given problem. The diagram shown here. This is the concrete column from the top view. The concrete column having the dimensions 300 and 500. 300 and 500 dimensions mm square. And 8 steel bars are there in the concrete. They are reinforced with a diameter of 60 mm diameter each steel rod. Clear? The steel Young's modulus ratios are also given to the steel and for the steel and concrete. 18. The ratio is 18. So we are going to calculate in this problem what is the parameter we are going to calculate. Find the stresses developed in steel and concrete. We should find the stresses developed in steel and concrete here in this problem. First of all, find the areas of each material here. Area of steel, that is 8 steel bars are there, each steel rod having 16 mm diameter. Pi by 4 d square, pi by 4 16 square is the area of the single steel bar reinforced in the concrete, and into 8 then we can get the total area of the steel bar, total cross-sectional area of the steel bar, because 8 steel bars are there. 8 into pi by 4 16 square is the total 16,608.5 mm square is the area of the steel rod, 8 steel rods. And area of concrete, how much the area of concrete, total dimension of the pillar is column is 300 mm into 500. So 300 into 500 total dimensions. This is 300 from this place to this place, and this place to this place is 500. So total cross-sectional area of the pillar is 300 into 500. But in that 8 steel bars are there. So remaining area is a concrete area. So minus the area of the steel bar 1608.5 mm square is us. If we subtract 1608.5, then we can get the area of concrete alone. The area of concrete alone is how much? 1,48,391.5 mm square. Clear? So this is the total area of concrete, only concrete, and this is our area of cross-sectional area of steel bars. Clear, students? So let us take the equilibrium equation. From the equilibrium condition, as we know that summation of the total load shared by the each material is equal to total load applied on the concrete pillar. So how much load is acting on the concrete pillar? It is 800 kilonewtons. That means 800 into 1000 newtons. PC plus PS is equal to 800 into 1000. PC is the load shared by the concrete material, and PS is the load shared by the steel bars. Clear? So from the compatibility equation, what the compatibility equation? If you apply the load on the concrete pillar, then the concrete material and the steel bars are compressed equally, and the deformation in each material is equal. This is the compatibility equation for the concrete pillar. So delta S is equal to delta C. That is a contraction of steel bars is equal to contraction of concrete. Contraction of a steel bar's formula, that is a PL by AE for steel is equal to PL by AE for concrete. It's in this PL by AE for concrete or steel, L remains same because initial length of the concrete material and the initial length of the steel bars are equal. So if you look from the front side of the concrete pillar like this number of steel bars are there, 8 steel bars are there. So initial length of the steel bar, initial length of the concrete is same. That is the height of the concrete pillar. Here, this is the initial length. It is taken as L. We are applying the compressive load on the pillar. If we support at this bottom, the compressive load is applying 800 kilonewtons here. So initial length is same for the concrete material and steel bars. Therefore, it cancel. PS divided by, in the left hand side, PS divided by, what is the PS value? The load shared by the steel material divided by cross-sectional area of the steel. It is given as, it is calculated as 1608.5 into Young's modulus for steel. It is not given, the value is not given in the problem, but the ratio is given. So on the right hand side, PC divided by area of cross section of the concrete is 1,48,391.5 into EC is there. EC is the Young's modulus for concrete. So therefore, from this equation, PC is equal to 1,48,391.5 divided by 1608.5 into this is EC divided by ES into PS is there. Clear, students? So PS we can write in terms of PC in terms of PS. So 1,48,391.5 divided by 1608.5 into EC by ES, how much value? ES by EC is 18. ES by EC is 18. If we reverse this, EC by ES, we can write as 1 by 18. EC by ES can be write as 1 by 18 and PS is there. So final value 5.125 PS. So PC in terms of PS, PC equal to 5.125 to PS. If we substitute this PC value into this equation 1, it is equation 1 and equation 2 is equation 2. By substituting equation 2 into equation 1, that means in case of PC, we can write 5.125 PS plus PS is equal to 800 kilonewtons. Clear? So this is from equation 1 and 2, PS plus 5.125 PS is equal to 800 into 1000. So PS is common, total value is 6.125. So PS is equal to 800 into 1000 divided by 6.125. Then we can get the value is 60. How much? We substitute the value. The PS value is 1,30,612 newtons. That is load shared by the steel bars. Clear, students? Then PC is equal to, from the second equation 2, PC equal to 5.125 to PS, that is 5.125 into 1,30,612. Then we can get the 6,69,388 newtons. That means 669.388 kilonewtons. This is 130.612 kilonewtons. Clear, students? So load shared by the each material we have calculated. From these two values, we can analyze the stresses in each material. So hence stress in concrete is equal to load shared by the concrete material divided by cross-sectional area of the concrete alone. The load shared by the concrete is 669,388 newtons divided by cross-sectional area of the concrete is 1,48,391.5 millimeter square. So upon substitution of these two values, we can get the stress in concrete material is 4.151 newtons per mm square. That means 4.51 megapascals stress in concrete. Then similarly, stress in steel. The load shared by the steel material divided by cross-sectional area of the steel. The load shared by the steel material, the PS value is 1,30,000 612 divided by area of the steel rods. Total area of the steel rods is 1608.5. Then we can get the value of stress in steel is 81.2 newtons per mm square or 81.2 megapascals. These are the two stress values in each material, concrete and steel bars of a concrete pillar. Dear students, like this we can solve any type of problem by using equilibrium and compatibility equations. Let us go for another example, three pillars. That is the three pillars, two of aluminium and one of steel support. Three pillars, two of aluminium and one of steel support. A rigid platform, support a rigid platform of 250 kilonewtons. Here the diagram shown. The diagram shown that three pillars are there, aluminium, two pillars are aluminium pillars and one pillar is steel pillar is there, on which 250 kilonewtons of support is rigid platform is there, 250 kilonewtons as shown in figure. If the area of each aluminium pillar is 1200 mm square, each area of the aluminium rod is 1200 mm square and that of steel pillar is 1000 mm square. The center one is the steel pillar. The area of the steel pillar is 1000 mm square. Find the stresses developed in each pillar. What is the stress in each pillar? That means stress in steel and stress in aluminium. Clear? Problem is clear. Now, problem is simple. Here the aluminium in modulus and the steel in modulus is given as 1 into 10 to the power of 6 and 2 into 10 to the power of 5. Clear? Sorry, it is 10 to the power of not 6, 10 to the power of 5. 1 into 10 to the power of 5, 2 into 10 to the power of 5 newtons per mm square. Now let us go for solution for this three pillars case. Let force shared by each aluminium pillar be P. The load shared by each aluminium pillar is taken as PA, and that the shared by the steel pillar is PS. The load shared by the steel pillar is PS. Then from the equilibrium equation, what is the equilibrium equation? Load shared, sum of the load shared by each material or each pillar is equal to total load applied on the pillars. So load share, sum of the load shared by each pillar means two aluminium rods are there, two aluminium pillars are there. Therefore, PA plus PS plus PA. Two aluminium pillars are there. Each material, each pillar shared sum of the load below the 250 kilonewtons. So PA plus PS plus PA is equal to 250 kilonewtons. 250 kilonewtons. So 2PA plus PS is equal to 250. So this is the equilibrium equation to solve the problem and to find the load shared by the aluminium and steel. Let us take the another equation, that is the compatibility equation. What is the compatibility equation in this case? What is the compatibility equation in this case? So from the compatibility condition, we get the delta S is equal to delta I, because the 250 kilonewtons applying on three pillars at a time. If this if this problem is maintained in the equilibrium, then the 250 kilonewtons must be on the three pillars, applied in three pillars at a time. So every pillar must be deformed equally, then only the 250 kilonewtons is in equilibrium. Otherwise, if for example the aluminium pillar, one of the aluminium pillar is deforms less than the remaining one, then 250 kilonewtons is not in equilibrium, that will be fall down. When the 250 kilonewtons remains on the pillars equally, each pillar is equally contracted, then only the 250 kilonewtons is in equilibrium position. That's why the deformation or contraction of each pillar is same. This is taken as compatibility equation for this case. So delta S is equal to delta A, that is the contraction of the steel is equal to contraction of the aluminium pillars. So similar equation, that is PL by AE for the steel is equal to PL by AE for the aluminium. So here the lengths are not equal. Length of the aluminium is 160 mm, length of the steel rod is 240 mm. Lengths are not equal in this case, so we cannot cancel each other. By substituting in this problem, So PS into LS. PS into LS is the 240. Length of the steel material center pillar is 240 mm divided by area of the steel is 1000 mm square, and Young's modulus for steel is 2 into 10 to the power of 5. That is equal to load shared by the aluminium pillar into 160 is the length of the each pillar, 160 divided by 1200 is the area of the aluminium pillar, cross sectional area of the aluminium pillar, into 1 into 10 to the power of 5 the Young's modulus for the aluminium material. Therefore, we can write from this equation PS in terms of PA. We can get the second equation, that is PS is equal to 1.111 PA. Upon substitution of PS value into equation 1, that means from the equation 1 and 2, we get when we substitute that PS value to PA in this equation 1, that is the PS value to equation 1, 2PA plus in place of PS, we can write 2PA plus in place of PS 1.111 PA. So PA can 2 plus 1.111 equal to 250 kilonewtons. Therefore, PA is equal to 250 divided by this value is 3.111. 250 by 3.111. You can get the load shared by the aluminium material is 80.36 kilonewtons. This is load in each pillar of aluminium. Each pillar of aluminium. There are two pillars, aluminium pillars are there. Each pillar carries 80.36 kilonewtons. So hence from the equation 1, PS is equal to how much? PS is equal to how much? PS is equal to 250 minus 2PA. Clear? 250 minus 2PA. So PS is equal to 250 minus 2 into PA value is 80.36 kilonewtons. So the load shared by the steel pillar, that is 89.28 kilonewtons. So the load shared by the one steel pillar is 89.28. Load shared by the each aluminium pillar is 80.36 kilonewtons. Then we can calculate from the above values the stress developed in each pillar. So stress developed are stress in steel, sigma S is equal to load shared by the each steel pillar divided by cross-section area of the steel pillar. So what is the load shared by the steel pillar here? 89.28. 89.28 into kilonewtons is there into 1000. We can convert it into newtons by multiplying by 1000. 89.28 into 1000 divided by area of the cross-section area of the steel is 1000. 1000 cancel. Finally, we can get the stress in steel material is 89.28 newtons per mm square. How to get the newtons per mm square? This is the newtons. 89.28 into 1000 is the newtons. 1000 is the area, cross-sectional area, 1000 mm square. So newtons per mm square we can get. So this is 89.28 is the stress induced in the steel pillar, 89.28 megapascals. Similarly, the stress in aluminium material, 80.36. This is a 80.36 kilonewtons on each aluminium pillar into 1000. We can get the 80.36 into 1000 newtons divided by area of the each aluminium pillar is 1200. So stress in each aluminium pillar is 66.97 newtons per mm square. So 66.97 megapascals of stress induced in each aluminium pillar. Clear? Second problem, that is the example 4 in this class. So let us go for another example, example 5. Example 5 is also under composite bar. Let us go for problem first. Let us study, let us read out to this problem first of all. Figure shows, in this problem the figure is given. This is the figure. This is the figure given in this problem. Clear? Let us read out the problem first, then go for solution. Figure shows a horizontal bar supported by two suspended vertical wires fixed to a rigid support. A load W is acting on the bar. The left hand side wire is copper with a diameter of 5 mm and the right hand side wire is steel with 3 mm diameter. Copper having 5 mm diameter, steel wire having 3 mm diameter. The length of both the wires is 4 meters initially. So initial length of each wire is 4 meters. Find the position of weight on the bar so that the bar remains horizontal. what is the position of this load applied on the horizontal bar AB, then where should be applied this W, then if they should be applied this load on the bar AB, after applying the AB remains horizontal. When this bar remains horizontal, each wire must be elongated equally. Then only the bar remains horizontal after applying. Bar remains horizontal. If one of the wire is elongate more, if for example copper wire elongate more than the steel, then bars position like this. Yeah, this is elongation less than the copper wire. This is the copper wire. This is the steel wire. If the copper elongate more than the steel, then the bar looks like this after application of load. But here condition is given that after application of the W load, the AB bar remains horizontal. Clear? When should the horizontal bar remains horizontal after application of load? If the copper wire and steel wire elongate like this equally, if both the wires are equally elongate, the horizontal bar remains horizontal. To maintain this horizontal bar remains horizontal after application of load, where should be W? Where should we apply the load W from each of the wire? This is the problem. Clear? Find the position of weight on the bar so that the bar remains horizontal. Also find the load, stresses and elongation of each one. We also find in this problem, we should find load on each wire, stresses induced in each wire and elongation of each wire. Here elongation in each wire is same. How much elongation of each wire? If W is 1000 newtons, we are applying the load on the horizontal bar at a distance of X from the copper wire is 1000 newtons. Take the ES value and EC value. ES is the Young's modulus for steel 210 GPa. Here the GPa is given gigapascals. This is also given in the gigapascals, 120 GPa gigapascals. Later on we convert it into newtons per mm square megapascals. Then only we can substitute in the formulas. Dear students, let us go for the problem. First of all, look at this diagram. Look at this diagram. Just a minute. This is the problem given. Two wires are there, copper wire and steel wire, which are held together at the support at the roof, which are fixed at the roof, and they are hanging vertically, and one horizontal bar is connected at the other end of the wires AB, and the length of the wires initially 4 meters. If we apply the load W on the horizontal bar, copper and steel elongates. So the W position, we have to find the position of the W, that is X from the copper. Let us take the X from the copper. So you should find the X distance of load from the copper wire or steel wire, and also load shared by the each material, stress induced in each material, and elongation of each copper and steel wires. These are the finding things. So let us go for the solution. First of all, find the cross-sectional area of each material. That means cross-sectional area of the copper, cross-sectional area of the steel, AC and AS. How to find the cross-sectional area of the wire having the circular section, having the 5 mm diameter of copper, 3 mm diameter of steel. Therefore, pi by 4, 5 square, 6.255 millimeter square is the area of copper wire, and 2.25 millimeter square of steel wire area. The 5 by 4, 3 square is the area of steel. So let the load W be placed at a distance of X from the copper wire. It is assumption, just assumption. This is the assumption, the X value. That is, we have to find the X value. Where should be applied that W load to maintain the horizontal bar remains horizontal. So let the X is the distance from the copper wire, and PS, PC are the forces in steel and copper wires respectively. That is load shared by the steel, load shared by the copper wires on PS and PC. Then taking moment about A, if we want to find the position of the load x, then we can take the moments. Equilibrium equation. One of the equilibrium equation is that is a sigma m equal to 0. Here the sigma m a equal to 0. We are taking moment at point A. Sigma m a is equal to 0. It is one of the equilibrium equation. We have equilibrium equations are the sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy equal to 0, and sigma m equal to 0. So here we are taking the moments at this point. If we take the moments at this point, the free body diagram of that bar is like this. Free body diagram, the load is applying at this point W, and due to this load, the load applied, that is the internal forces developed in the copper wire, is taken as PC, and internal forces developed in the steel wire is PS. Clear? So this is the free body diagram. If we take the moment at this point is A, this point is A. If we take the moment at this point, W into this distance, load into perpendicular distance, is the moment. So if we take the moment at this point, PS into total distance between the two wires. So 240 is the total horizontal distance between the two wires, 240 mm. 240 into PS is this is the 240 distance. It's the 240 distance. So PS into 240 is anti-clockwise direction. That is equal to W into X. W is acting here. This distance is X. We are taking X distance from the copper wire. So W into X is in clockwise direction. P into 240 is anti-clockwise direction. These anti-clockwise direction movement must be equal to the clockwise direction movements. That's why we are applying the movement at point A. We are taking movements at A. 240 into PS is equal to W into X. What about the PC, load shared by the copper, which is passing through the A? The perpendicular distance is 0. Therefore, we cannot consider, we need not consider the load shared by the copper material in the taking the moment at point A. So 240 PS is equal to W into X. From this, PS is equal to load shared by the steel is equal to WX by 240 from this equation. So keep it as first equation 1. Yeah. So taking the moment about point A. Now take the moment at this point. If we take the moment at that point, 240 into PC. This is the load shared by the copper material is PC into this 240. Load into perpendicular distance. 240 into PC, it is in clockwise direction, and W into this distance. W into how much distance this is? Total 240. This is the X. The remaining distance is 240 minus X. So W into 240 minus X is in anti-clockwise direction. PC into 240 is in clockwise direction. Both are equal here. We are equating with each other. Then we can get PC equal to W into 240 minus X divided by 240. This is the keep it as second equation. Yeah. So dividing 2 by 1. Dividing 2 by 1. By dividing the equation 2 by equation 1, on the left hand side, PC divided by PS. PC divided by PS. The total right hand side, this total formula divided by this total formula. In that, W is cancelled. So 240 is also cancelled. The remaining value is 240 minus X in the numerator, X is in the denominator. So 240 minus X divided by X. PC by PC is equal to 240 minus X divided by X. Keep it as third equation. Clear, students? So up to now, here we are taking the moment at point A and point B. Then we can get the PC in terms of PS or PS in terms of PC and also in terms of X. As both the Y's extended by the same amount. This is the compatibility equation. This is the compatibility equation. Here, up to now, equation 1 to up to equation 3, we are taking equilibrium equation. And now, what is the compatibility equation? If we apply the load on the horizontal bar remains same. That means copper and steel wires are extended equally. Delta S is equal to delta C. So delta C is equal to, that is delta C and means the extension of copper wire. So PL by AE for the copper wire is equal to PL by AE for the steel wire. From this equation, PC by PS, that we can take the PS as denominator in the left hand side. PC by PS is equal to AC by AS. into EC by ES. The initial lengths are equal, that is 4 meters length. Each length of the copper, length of the steel are equal. Therefore, LC, LS cancel. So, final equation we can get PC by PS is equal to AC by AS into EC by ES. By upon substitution of AC by AS, what is the AC? 6.255. AS is sorry, 2.255. 6.62 or 6.25 pi divided by 2.25 pi into EC by ES. How much the Young's modulus for copper wire? It is given as 120 GPa. So if we convert into megapascals, so 120 into 1000, that is 120,000 newtons per mm square. Similarly, Young's modulus for the steel is given as 210 GPa. 210 into 1000. 210 into 1000 is the newtons per mm square. So upon calculating the PC by PS, PC by PS is the ratio is you get 1.587 from the compatibility equation. Similarly, from the equilibrium equation, PC by PS is equal to 240 minus X by X. Here students, from these two equations, from equation 3 and from equation 4, from equation 3 and from equation 4, left hand side is PC by PS. Right hand side here of 240 minus X by X. Here the right hand side value is 1.587. Then we can equate 240 minus X by X is equal to 1.587. From this equation we can get the X value as 92.77 millimeters. That means we have to apply the load W on the horizontal bar at a distance of 92.77 mm from the copper wire. Clear? If we apply the load at a distance of 92.77 millimeters from the copper wire, then only the horizontal bar remains horizontal after application of load W 1000 newtons. Clear? This is the one of the parameters here we should calculate in this problem. Up to now, we are determined the position of the load on the horizontal bar. Clear, students? So after getting the X value, this X value we can substitute in the equation 3. If we substitute the equation 3, PC in terms of PS, we can get the PC in terms of PS. So PC in terms of PS here, PC equal to how much? 1.587 PS. PC equal to, from the equation 4, PC equal to 1.587 into PS. You can substitute this PC value here. In place of PC, 1.587 PS cancel. Let's go for the next slide. You can easily understand. Therefore, the load shared by the each wire, PC equal to W into 240 minus X by 240 is the load shared by the steel material. Here, equation 2, W into 240 minus X by 240 minus X by 240. If we substitute X value 92.77 here, then we can get the PC in terms of W. W is a 1000 newtons in the problem. So W into 240 minus X by 240. 1000 into W value 1000, 240 minus X value is 92.77 divided by 240. Then load shared by the copper material is, copper wire is 613.46 newtons. Similarly, PS. What is the PS here? From the equation 4, from the equation 4. From the equation 1. From the equation 1, PS is equal to WX by 240. PS equal to WX by 240. This is the PS is equal to WX by 240. If you substitute the X value here, 92.77, W value is 1000, then you can get the load shared by the steel one. The load shared by the WX by 240 is the formula for PS. Then you can get the 386.54 newtons is the load shared by the steel one. After getting the load shared by the each wire, we can calculate easily by using those values stresses in each wire. So stresses induced in each wire is stresses in each wire is sigma C. There is the stress in copper wire is PC by AS. Sorry. PC is the load shared by the copper material and cross section of the copper material. 613.46 value is the load on steel divided by 6.25 pi is the area of cross section of copper wire. Sorry, load on this copper wire. then we can get the stress in copper wire is 31.24 megapascals. Similarly, we can calculate the stress in steel wire. The load shared by the steel wire divided by area of the steel wire. Load shared by the steel wire is how much? 386.54 newtons divided by cross-sectional area of the steel wire is 2.25. Upon calculating, the stress in steel wire is 54.68 megapascals. Here, these are the stress values. These are the load values. And position X value already calculated. Then elongation of each wire. Elongation of each wire, then we can take either steel wire or copper wire, because elongation of each wire is same. So elongation of each wire is sigma. This is from the basic equation. Strain is equal to stress by Young's modulus. Delta by L. Delta by L is the strain, that is equal to stress in steel copper wire divided by Young's modulus for copper wire. From this equation, Hooke's law. From the Hooke's law, strain is equal to stress by Young's modulus. So here I am using the Hooke's law, sigma C L by EC. L is the length of the copper wire or steel wire. Both are initials are the same. Stress in copper wire is 31.24 into 4,000. 4,000 is the 4 meters length of the wires, that is 4,000 millimeters, divided by Young's modulus for copper wire is 120. 120 into 1000, that is 120,000, 1,20,000 newtons per mm square megapascals, because 120 GPa is given in the problem. If we convert it to megapascals, 122,000. So upon substitution of all the values, we can get the elongation of each wire 1.041 mm. Here, if you apply the load 1000 newtons, at the distance of 92.77, each wire elongates same value, that is 1.041 mm. Clear, students? These are the problems under composite bar composite section. Next class we go for temperature stresses in members.